Hi, I'm Giedo van der Garde, Sauber F1 third driver. This is my preview for 2014 season. Engine, yeah, I guess there's quite a lot of difference. I mean, of course, we went from V8 to V6 with the turbo. Of course, they have an electronic recovery system behind it. We have a double boost. Last year we had a 60 kilowatt of boost. Now we have 120 kilowatt of boost. And of course, the drivability of the engine is a bit different. But don't forget also the reliability of the engine as well. And we still have to see how this is going during the first few races. But for sure, for the driver, it's not easy. The engineer and driver has to communicate quite a lot with each other, because there's quite a lot of switches you have to change during a qualifying lap or during a race. And because also the change, it went from 150 kilogram of fuel to 100 kilo, and this is not an easy task to race with this amount of fuel. So I think it's going to be a very interesting season in that aspect. New look. Yes, new look of cars. I think it's an interesting one. Of course, you know, you have the new noses who are a bit lower. Also the front nose is a bit smaller as well. Especially they did it also for safety. Of course, you can say what you want about it. It doesn't look as beautiful as before, but on the end, you know, you get used to it. And I have to say, the more you look at it, the better it looks. And that aspect also on the rear end of the car, you know, the lower rear wing is gone. Then you don't anymore have the blown diffuser, so that's gone. So compared to last year, you lose a bit of downforce, but I'm sure all the teams will work hard on that aspect and will improve quite progressively during the season. New rules. Of course, you have every year new rules, also this year. Of course, you have the last race in Abu Dhabi where you have the double points. I think it's going to be a very interesting one, especially when you're still fighting for a championship. And then if you are, for example, 30 points behind and the other guy doesn't make points who's leading and you win the race, you're champion. So I think it's going to be a very interesting one, what happens there. Next to that, you also have, of course, the qualifying. That in Q3 you get an extra set plus more time, so you can do a bit more runs. And next to that, you still have to start on the race tires from Q2. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting rule change, and let's see what's going to happen this year. Predictions. Of course, this year new rules, new changes. I think it's going to be a very interesting one. We saw that at the moment still after Bahrain that one supplier of engines is a bit stronger than others at the moment. But so far it's going to be a very, very interesting season, and I think, of course, everybody's speaking about what Red Bull is going to do. I think they had quite a tough winter, but you know, I think they're not going to be so dominant as the last few years, but that makes it quite interesting. But I'm sure they will fight back and be strong after a few races. Of course, we with Sauber, we did a reasonable winter. We did quite a lot of laps. The reliability is quite good, and I think we can have a good start of the season. And hopefully we can have some good point finishing in Melbourne, and let's see how it goes there.